Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. Okay, beautiful friends, how's your person feeling and thinking about you? We're going to get some channel messages from the higher self as well today. I'm going to turn the piles around so you can see them. We have got the Tarot de la Nuit with Aura Light. We've got the Starchild Tarot with Amazonite. We have the Light Seers Tarot with Amethyst. And we have the Vagabond Wild Tarot with Larimar. So pause the video, douse if you want, look at the timestamps and choose from the numbers, whatever works for you. If you're drawn to more than one pile, perhaps there's messages in each for you, so you can watch more than one. And if none of these piles resonate for you today, check out some of my older readings. They're all in playlists, so if you like the pick a card readings, make a note in the comment box of which pile you picked, because these are timeless readings. So, you know, a pile that might not be for you today could be for you in the future. And by making a note of which ones you've watched, you know which ones you can check out in the future. Okay, so let's do this. Pile 1. And whilst I'm shuffling, just to let you know, there are just a few spots left now for mid-February, which will be my last week of personal readings. I am taking a break from personal readings for a while. So if you want a twin flame connection check or any of that jazz, a tarot reading, private tarot reading, you still book that with me now, but there are literally just 3 or 4 spots left for that last week. Once that availability is gone, I'm taking a break for a short while. I don't know how long, just as long as I need to regroup. And don't forget that I'm holding a retreat this year in June near Stonehenge. We will be visiting Stonehenge as well. We're having a guided tour with a druid. And it's luxury camping, bell tents, wood burning stoves, real beds, hot showers, Michelin star food, and more importantly, lots of lovely healing and fun with other twin flames and ascended souls or ascending souls. So we're all in this healing journey together. Very excited to bring this retreat to you and to meet you guys. You can find information about that on my website and for bookings, happysouls1111.com. So I'm going to use the Tarot de la Nuit. I'm also going to use a variety of oracle cards. We're going to pull them all at the same time so I can get a real feel for the overall energies. What's your person thinking and feeling about you? And we'll get a little channeled message at the end as well. What's your person thinking and feeling about your connection? So feeling, we have got Temperance. We have got the Ace of Swords in reverse. We've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse and Death. Thinking, we've got the Emperor, got the 3 of Swords in reverse, got the 2 of Cups in reverse, and we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. Okay, I'm going to use the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Reunited cards. We have got Selfhood, God of Love, God of Awakening, and Shadow Aspect. I'll use this Oracle deck as well. I can't actually remember what this one's called. Where's the box? Heal Yourself reading cards. Okay, we've got Self-Love. We've got Dreams. We've got Home, and we've got Victim Consciousness. And finally, some cards from the Animal Spirit Oracle. Fish and Mouse. So in terms of this person's feeling, they have very deep feelings for you, but they don't feel like they can tell you the truth at the moment. Their truth is blocked. You know, the communication is blocked. This person is focusing on bringing themselves back into balance. I feel like for a lot of you, this person's probably not been working. They've been in a bad spot. We've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse here. And they may have been somewhat withdrawn or isolated themselves from their usual kind of socializing, or even from you, from relationships in general, because they are going through this quite painful transformation, which is intending to bring them back into balance. So we've got selfhood here. This is number 8. And for me, this is very much like the 8 of Cups. It's that card of needing to move away from something, even if it's, positive, so that you can rebalance, regroup, find the truth of who you are, and come back from a more whole perspective. So it feels like this person does care very deeply. The Temperance card is a very twin flamey card, but it's also the card of change and transition. And with the Death card here, so we've got Aquarius, Scorpio. This is very much about going through that transformation. Of course, we have the God of Awakening here, which is also a number 8. So with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like this person does not yet have the mastery of their own emotions and in a balance to be able to make this work, or indeed to be able to make anything work. This person with the 8 of Pentacles and Ace of Swords in reverse could still not realise what they're even meant to be doing with their life. So there's a tremendous amount of confusion here. They just don't know their arse from their elbow, as we would say in England. But they think about you a lot. I feel like, we've got the God of Love here. This person does care very deeply. They have a lot of love for you, but they're not able to come forward with that truth. And a lot of this is with this 3 of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Ace of Swords, that inability to be true. A lot of this is because they're so fearful. They're still healing from some major heart betrayal. If you take a look at this card here, it's 3 of Swords. These are painful energies anyway, but in this card we see this woman with her heart actually exposed. And it's very raw, it's very bloodied, it's unhealed. Now, when the 3 of Swords is in reverse, let me just check I hit record. My God, I know I do this every time. Of course I did. When the 3 of Swords is in reverse, this does indicate that healing process is in motion and that there is progress. But for the card to still come up, there is still pain there. I feel like this person probably knows that they are your divine masculine. That they know that they're your counterpart. They may not even have those words in their vocabulary to describe it, but they know that you are their person. They know that there is something really deep and meaningful between you. And, I feel like this person really, despite this kind of darkness that they reside in, they really hold you in very high esteem, and that they dream about having this harmony and balance with you. Again, we've got the God of Love here. And, I feel like this person, especially because they're not working, they feel very strongly they want to be your provider and protector, and they just don't feel equipped to do that at all. They're healing. And so, I feel like while they're not working, this is why they're thinking they can't come forward. They're just not good enough. They're not good enough. But this person has made a decision to transform. We've got the 2 of Swords here clarifying, the death in terms of feelings and thinking. And they're thinking they've made a decision about this, and they want to transform. This healing they've been putting off, these shadow aspects, clarifying this God of Awakening. They're awake to the truth of what needs to happen for them to move forward and have fulfillment, which includes you. So they've made a decision to transform. They've made a decision to... We've got Aries energy as well here, by the way. That might be relevant for some of you. But they've made a decision to confront their shadow self, their shadow aspects. And this is also a number 5. Like Temperance, that very transitional energy. I feel like this person is very strongly astrally connected to you with the fish here. This is someone that's very intuitive, but they feel very vulnerable about that. I'm hearing that you might be frustrated that they've offered you no confirmation, and that you might feel you're a bit crazy about these, telepathic chats you have with them. But what I'm hearing is it just makes them feel so vulnerable. To acknowledge that truth is to acknowledge a huge vulnerability, because it means you can hear them, and that they're not able to defend, their wounded heart. They don't have that barrier with you, and that scares them. It makes them feel very feeble and very vulnerable. So this person definitely has a very deeply intuitive connection to you. But they're afraid to ground it. They're afraid to bring it into the light and to be honest about it, because they don't want to reveal themselves that much. Whereas, you know, when they're just chatting with you in their heads, it feels like they can just pretend it's not real and it's okay, and they can say what they want freely because everyone thinks it's just made up. I feel like this person really does dream about offering you something better. You know, they want to be... I'm just really drawn to this dreams card as well. 3 is the number of manifestation. You see this beautiful tiger being held by this beautiful fairy. And, you know, that's a symbol of fragility and strength all in one. They just want to be that provider, protector. They want to have the strength to be able to comfort you and nurture the love. I feel like this person really thinks about setting up home with you as well. Again, this is number 8. This is what they're hoping they're going to find their way back to. This is what they're dreaming about. And the self-love card, you know, I'm hearing so clearly here that they're so proud and inspired of how you've demonstrated your ability to love yourself and to care for yourself. This is what they're hoping to move towards. This is why they've made this commitment to themselves to change, even though they may not have said it to you. But they are still trapped by this victim consciousness. You know, there's a lot of self-pity here. And this intrusive kind of negative cycle of communication with themselves, within themselves, is what keeps them stuck. It's what keeps them in this low vibration and in this perpetual cycle of pain. And they've certainly been through trauma and betrayal, but you know they've been trapped there a long time because they're this kind of rampant negative inner dialogue is just so persistent in their mind. So I feel this is what they've made the decision to confront, that you know they can't just be a victim of their own inner pain. They need to take steps to move forwards to what they dream about, which is definitely you. There's a lot of love in this reading, a lot of admiration for you. But make no mistake, you're going to need to be very patient with this person, because they really are going through the mill with this right now. And you can take comfort in the fact that when you connect with them astrally, they're hearing you. You know, those conversations are real. They're just too afraid to acknowledge and admit that, because that makes them feel very scared and vulnerable that you have inside access to their inner thoughts. They're frightened of showing you who they really are. So this person's probably not expressed themselves in the 3D. Again, we've got this Ace of Swords in reverse here. They just don't feel like they can. And I feel like for some of them, you know, a lot of that is to do with self-worth, fear of rejection. You know, well, why would she want someone like me? And if your person is not working, or, you know, this condition has kind of disabled them from leading a normal life, that's going to impact their self-esteem in a much more significant way. So, what do they want to happen between you? We've got the King of Wands. We've got the 6 of Cups in reverse. We've got the 2 of Wands in reverse. We've got the 10 of Cups in reverse. We've got the Sun in reverse. And we've got the 9 of Swords. I mean, I feel like this person doesn't dare look beyond them just being well. They just want to get back into their power. And I feel like they're of the attitude that from that place, you know, they're going to have a fighting chance, because they want this 10 of Cups. But here it's reversed. They're feeling like they have to be in their power, this King of Wands energy. If they're going to have any hope, this is Leo Cancer energy, by the way, if they're going to have any hope of even getting anywhere near this kind of ideal that they have, which I feel like they do fantasize about, but they don't let themselves stray there often. And they really want to put the darkness of the past behind them. You know, they want to be happy above all else. They want both of you to be happy together. They don't want to be indecisive anymore, and they want to release anxiety. So in terms of what they want to happen, this seems very focused on, they just really want to get themselves into a good place, so that then they feel they have an opportunity to really start, you know, enjoying the prospects of what could be. I feel like they don't let their mind stray there at the moment, because, you know, to do so might lead to disappointment. That's how their anxious state operates. So what do they want you to know? We've got the 5 of Swords in reverse. Got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Clarifying, we've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Swords. So Page of Pence in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. So I feel very strongly, first and foremost, this person, I don't know if you two ended on a sound note, if there's some kind of conflict or disagreement, but we've got two fives here, Five of Swords, Five of Wands, both in reverse. Both relate to conflict, mind games. You know, this person perhaps, even if unwittingly so, been messing with your head, and there having been some kind of conflict and separation as a result of this. This person wants you to know that they know they owe you an apology, and they haven't given up on you. They can't have a new beginning now, but I feel like they want to take action towards at least apologising and expressing to you, you know, their desire to kind of make things better. But I feel like they're struggling with that. They don't know how to come forward. They don't know how to say it. And also they don't want to lead you up the garden path, because they're thinking, you know, every time I come in, she's getting her hopes up that something's going to happen between us, and I'm just not in a place to offer that right now. So it's easier for me to stay away and leave her be. So I feel like this person's not going to come in with that apology until they know they can take action and they can be confident enough that they can reveal their truth. Yeah, they're just not in that place. So we've got the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups in reverse, and I'm feeling this is a message to say, you know, it's not like there's anyone else. They're not out there being the player, you know. You just need to trust that they're just hermiting right now. You know, they're bringing things back into balance. They're learning how to put healthy boundaries back. They're learning about give and take. A lot of this will be to do with family. So there's a lot of unhealthy lack of boundaries within their family unit that they're also processing. And they really are trapped. You know, they're inhibited from moving forward in this connection because of their own inner turmoil and just not being able to see the wood for the trees. But look at that, Queen of Wands. Remember, they want to be in that King of Wands energy. You've got counterparts there. The Queen of Wands really is the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Spirit. She is very passionate. She is very confident, and she is just absolutely divinely beautiful. And this is how he sees you. He sees you as his counterpart. He sees you as the one he wants. But he needs to go through this transformation, and he just wants you to be patient with him. And to trust that the universe is always moving you both in the right direction. You just have to trust that where you are right now is exactly where you're meant to be. And even though you may be sad and disappointed that it's not where you want to be, you know, it is moving in the right direction. But he knows he's got tumultuous times ahead if he's going to carve out this new future for himself. He knows he's got a lot of pain to face. And he's afraid of doing that, honestly. But he's committed to doing that now. With the Eight of Wands here, I do feel like there's been so many sudden and rapid changes for him that he's had to see things from a new perspective, and he's seeing things through the lens of love this time, which he wasn't able to do before because, you know, there were too many layers of ego in the way. And he doesn't love himself, you know, and he knows this is an essential part of the process for him, that he has to start feeling better about himself, to start feeling his best self so that he can come forward. But he's reassuring you that the astral connection is very real and true, that the intuitive communication between you is where he's always waiting for you. You know, you don't need to feel alone. He's there. And, you know, he doesn't know how to come forward yet. There could be some karma that still needs to be resolved for him. Let's get a clarifier on that. Yeah, so there's a very cold relationship here. Something that's, you know, bitter and resentful, very cold. It lacks all the depth and emotion that exists in your connection. And this could be someone that he bounces to and from, you know, hasn't quite let go yet. Very childish communication. I feel like these two, yeah. And, you know, neither one of them is really investing in that connection, but I feel like it's also just an old cycle repeating because neither of them has actually learned their lessons and resolved that karma. That's the only reason they're kind of still magnetized together. The connection's pretty dead. And then finally, we've got the Lovers. You know, the number 6 card. This person cares about you very deeply. They know that they're your counterparts. So you can trust. You can trust, Par One. You can have faith. You just need to be really patient. Let's get some cards for you to see what you can do to move forward. If your heart is good, I just want to see how long we've been, because I have got to, I've got some private readings to do after this. Okay. We have got all paths lead home. We've got star family. And we have got lost lands. So all paths lead home. You need to trust your intuition and turn your focus inwards, because, you know, this is what your counterpart was saying to you. The universe is always moving you in the right direction, and you might be very frustrated with where you are, but you need to trust that you're actually in the right place, and that every path leads back towards where you're meant to be, which is in union with self, in union with spirit, and hopefully in union with your twin. You're part of a team of souls, so you're being asked to call in support. With this star family card, you know, you need to connect with your spiritual council for guidance. And there's also a lesson here, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. You're being called to mission work. You know, if you've been thinking that you are not a very psychic or spiritual person, believe me, you really are. You're very powerful. You just need to tap in to this inner knowing that you're already connected to. And you need to trust that you can move forward with that, powerfully so. So I really hope that helps for you, Par 1. I'm sending you lots of love. Remember, if you want to book a reading, you can check me out on my website, happysouls1111.com. You can also find me on Instagram at happysouls1111. I post mini readings over there with divine feminine, divine masculine guidance and so forth. So it's always lovely to connect with you across all platforms. You can find my Facebook group. There's a link for that in the description box below as well. So I will see you next time. Okie dokie. Part 2. Part 2 with a Starchild Tarot and a Amazonite. How is your person thinking and feeling about you? We're going to get some messages from them as well. I'm going to see what they want to happen. But first, let's take a look. How they're thinking and feeling. And while I'm shuffling, just remember that I'm stopping personal readings soon, and my diary is closed from mid-February, and there are only just a few slots left now. I think 3 or 4 for that last week of February. So if you want to book a private reading with me, now's the time to do it, because I won't be doing them for a while. And of course, if you want to come on my beautiful retreat, which is especially for twin flames and ascending souls, it's a surrender retreat, and that's being held in June near Stonehenge. It's a luxury campsite with bell tents, real beds, hot showers, Michelin star food, wood-burning stoves, and lots of beautiful, happy souls all together to heal and have fun. I'm so excited to share that with you. So do check that out on my website, happysouls1111.com. Right, let's do this. How's your person thinking and feeling? We have got the High Priestess in reverse. We've got the 2 of Wands. We've got the 5 of Wands. Got the Queen of Pentacles. 8 of Swords in reverse. 3 of Cups. The Chariot. And the Knight of Wands. These are very powerful energies, you guys. Pardon me. We're going to use this Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine Reunited deck. I'm going to get a couple of cards from here as well. We've got Goddess of Endurance, Goddess of Nurturing, Goddess of Forgiveness. Oh, 2 came out. I'm going to keep them. And then we've got Openness and Rebirth. Let's get some more. This is the Heal Yourself reading cards. We've got Patience. We've got Healing. We've got Sadness. And we have got Love. And finally, we are going to get some Animal Spirit Oracle cards as well. We've got the Owl and the Cheetah. Okay, part 2. I feel like this person struggles with the spiritual aspects of your connection. They may have had some negative experiences during their upbringing surrounding religion or spirituality, and this has made them very wary and very cagey. Regardless, this person has very deep rooted love for you. I feel like you're really good friends with this person above all else. You know, there's just a lovely energy between you. I feel like your friendship has endured despite the odds. And this person is so, so grateful. There's so much gratitude coming through in the energy of this reading. You know, I feel like you've been exceptionally patient and nurturing and very dignified with them. In spite of, you know, a lot of running, a lot of really difficult and perhaps at times disrespectful behaviours, although I don't feel like that was ever with malicious intent. This person's quite damaged, and they've got certainly issues surrounding, you know, a difficult relationship on the maternal side. So, you know, mother problems, which is, you know, the most significant relationship we'll have. It's our first connection with another human being. So when that's out of balance, it can create a lot of very negative behaviours in a person. I feel like this person's really struggled to connect with women in their life in general. And because you've endured and you've been such a beautiful friend to them, you've offered them, you know, space, but you've also offered them your support and understanding, and you've just been very dignified, and you've built up this trust with them. But they are very nervous. I feel like they know there is a spiritual connection between you, but it makes them very apprehensive. And as I said, for some of you, this could very much be because they are they've had these negative experiences with religion and spirit before. For others, it just makes them anxious because they don't like these labels, and, you know, that their ego tells them they don't want to be this woo-woo weird person. But this person chooses you. You know, when they think about you, you are their choice. And I'm hearing that that's perhaps at odds with what's actually occurring between you for many of you. But this person just wants joy and happiness between you. You make them feel happy. But there's also an awareness that they need to find this happiness inside of them. This person definitely feels the divine, kind of the divine synchronicities and signs as far as this connection is concerned. And this is what makes them feel like it's fated, because there's just been too many signs that they cannot ignore, that their knowledge cannot be coincidence. But as I said, this person has been a commitment phobe and intimacy avoidant for a long time because of issues within that maternal bond, and they're still processing that. And this person may have been in that player energy and perhaps, you know, just not committed to you, constantly playing games, you know, creating this just this, you know, instability from a romantic perspective. And despite that, you've been patient. You've been, even though it's made you sad, you've focused on your own healing. You've focused on yourself, and you've loved this person anyway. And, you know, this ability to be open and true with them has allowed them now to step into this complete rebirth. I feel like this person's starting to understand how their ego hasn't served them and it doesn't feel right. They're tired now. They're coming out of that energy. So this looks really positive for me. You know, they are rapidly, I feel like they're very enthusiastic and very triggered right now to take action. And they are understanding the higher parts of themselves in a way which they didn't before. You know, this person's starting to, even though they're kind of apprehensive about the spiritual nature of their connection, and they're not really highly connected to their own intuition, they're noticing that they're a lot wiser and understanding about life and love in general as a result of your openness, as a result of your kindness, your nurturing energy, your endurance. So much gratitude here, so much patience, and honestly they're really, really, really grateful to you. You've been such an inspiring light in their life is what I'm hearing. So what do they want to happen between you? We've got 10 of Cups in reverse. We've got Awakening in reverse. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the 5 of Cups in reverse. That's already come out here. We've got Serenity in reverse. We've got 3 of Wands. So right now, I feel like they are still too connected to this inner child pain and mother pain to really allow themselves to believe they could even have a happily ever after. There's a need for this person to come out of this social whirlwind that they use as a distraction from their healing and from the truth of who they are, and to kind of face the call of their awakening. But they're not ready to choose that at the moment. And I do feel like this person wants to keep you around, but they're also not prepared to make any offers or to reveal any feelings. So this is a tricky energy for you to deal with, because I feel like, you're kind of really at the end of your rope with this. I'm hearing that you've been patient to the nth degree. But this person, despite wanting to be with you, doesn't actually believe in a happy ending. They're still very much trapped in their head with, pretty cynical and bitter views of what love is. As I said, this is connected to maternal issues. And they're still figuring it out. So I don't see that this person wants anything to happen right now. Certainly their higher self is aware of these shifts that are required, but I'm not sure that their conscious self is embodying that truth yet, even though they've got a lot more awareness, a lot more wisdom surrounding this. They're starting to pull away from that player energy, but I feel like they're not ready to move forward into, really committed energy either. So what else do they want you to know? Do you know, this is so similar to Pile 1. If this is resonating, you must watch it, because we've got a lot of the same cards. We've got the King of Wands and the Four of Wands come out here. We've got Queen of Cups and the Lovers in reverse. We've got the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So, I need to put those over there. So I really feel like, this person wants you to know that you make them feel empowered, and their higher self wants you to know that, union is your God-given right. It's what the universe is always conspiring to bring you together, and this person does have that power in them. They're in that Knight of Wands energy, but their inner truth is that King of Wands energy, the King of Spirit, where they are connected to their intuition and they are seeing. Now, they care very deeply for you. This Queen of Cups energy is overflowing with unconditional love and emotion, but the Lovers in reverse shows us they're not ready to make a choice. They're not ready to let go. With this Four of Pentacles, this is about holding back. And with the Nine of Swords here being the card of anxiety, nightmare, stress and overwhelm, they just don't feel safe enough to really let go of their heart right now and to invest in this relationship on a deep and authentic level. But their higher self wants you to know that, that's absolutely viable. This is something that can happen for both of you. And I know you've really been patient. They're not asking you to put your life on hold. They're just letting you know that they cannot make a decision yet. It's just so interesting that the same swords are coming out. Sorry, it's not same swords, same cards. Very similar cards. We've got the Queen of Swords here. We've got the Page of Wands in reverse. We've got the Empress in reverse. So for some of you, this may be a karmic third party, and the Queen of Swords can be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is also coming up over the Queen of Cups, so it could be Cancerian, Pisces, Scorpio energy also. But with the Page of Wands in reverse, I'm hearing that they just want you to know that that dalliance is over, that they know this person isn't their counterpart. They know that this person isn't someone they want. It was just a distraction. It was something they felt unable to release themselves from. But they know it's not their happy ever after. With that Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it may have been on and off Two of Cups, but ultimately they know that this is not their truth, and it never seems to really get off the ground or go anywhere. So they've moved on from that with this Eight of Cups energy. So they just wanted to reassure you of that. Let's just see if there's any karma there. No, I feel like they've learned what they need to learn from that connection. They are ready to manifest a new way forward. They may not understand the truth of that connection yet, but they've integrated it in enough of a way that's allowed them to move away from it and continue resolving the remainder of the karma independent of this connection. So this person's definitely, I've got Temperance here, bringing things back into balance. They are focused now on filling up those two cups so that they can make a tangible offer to you, but they really aren't in that space yet. You just need to be patient with them. They need to find their own truth. They need to really connect with their higher wisdom and bring themselves back into balance, especially on a practical, grounded level. And from there, I feel like they're going to keep in touch. As I said, I feel like you two are really good friends anyway. But, this communication is going to stay lighthearted. It's going to stay, fairly unrevealing, I'm sad to say, is the energy I'm picking up here. They're just not ready to reveal feelings. You're going to have to be patient still. But let's get some guidance cards for you. What do you need to know about how you can move forward for your highest good? You're not for everyone. Weight. Weight of the world. So you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. So it's possible that you felt really challenged lately on a personal level, and you don't need anybody's approval. You don't need anyone to say, yes, I like you, you're great. You only need to believe that of yourself. So this is about really just keep focusing on your own growth and expansion, and release the idea that you need to receive that approval or assurance from anybody. Obviously, we've got weight. It's not time yet, things are being woven. And I feel this is a very powerful message for you as a reminder that you've just got to, I know you've been so patient already, you feel like you've waited long enough, but things are always moving in the right direction. There is a need to let it go though. We've got boundaries here, let it go, it's not yours to carry. And someone asked me this in a personal reading this morning, should I walk away from my person? And my answer was this, just walk toward yourself. Okay, rather than trying to run away from them, because they'll follow you. Yeah, but rather than trying to control them, I'm going to walk away from them. I'm going to leave them be. Just keep walking towards yourself. That's a healthy boundary. It says here, face your true north. Keep facing the direction that you need to move in rather than looking behind you and worrying about what he's doing. Remember, if you're twin flames, you are illuminating that path forward. It's not your job to make them keep up. It's not your job to keep turning around and to stop and say, are you still there? Are you coming? Hurry up. I want you to come with me. You just need to keep going. Yeah. And what happens in this journey is that too many of us, we stop. We stop on our path, we turn around and we face them and we stagnate waiting for them. So it's not about walking away from them or letting them go per se. It's about recognizing that their healing journey and their problems aren't yours to carry. You just need to keep walking your path, lighting the way. They will be magnetized by your light. They will follow your light. And you don't need to have any other responsibility for them other than that. So I really hope that helps you in answer, if you had that question, well, should I let go? Why should I wait? Don't see it as waiting. Just see it that you're on your journey and you're going in the right direction and they'll catch up in their own merry time, but you don't need to wait for anybody on that path. You just need to be patient and trust that what's due to you is coming to you, because that's how this journey is meant to be. The universe is always conspiring to bring you back together. You just need to have faith in it and focus on you. And I feel you've done such a good job of doing that recently, but your enthusiasm and your faith has perhaps waned somewhat. So you just needed that reassurance today. I hope that was helpful, pile 2. Do let me know in the comments down below. Okay, pile 3, the Light Seers Tarot with Amethyst. We are looking today, how is your person thinking and feeling about your connection? Whilst I'm shuffling the cards, just to remind you, I am stopping personal readings. There are just a few slots left now for the last week of personal readings in mid-February. Once they're gone, I won't be doing any for a while. So if you did want a reading, hop on over to my website, happysouls1111.com, and get that booked in, because once they're gone, they're gone. I won't be releasing any more tarot readings or twin connection checks for a while. And also, just in case you didn't know, I am doing a retreat this year in June near Stonehenge. This is for twin flames and ascending souls. We're coming together to have fun and heal together, and it's a beautiful campsite near Stonehenge. We will be visiting Stonehenge. It's a luxury campsite, so real beds, wood-burning stoves, beautiful bell tents, even Michelin star food. It's very exciting. I can't wait to meet you guys, so you can check that out on my website too. So let's get to this. How's your person thinking and feeling about you? We have got the Two of Wands in reverse. We have got the Hanged Man in reverse. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse, and we have got the Page of Wands in reverse. A lot of blocked energies here. We've got the Seven of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Intense energies. Right, we're going to use the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Reunited deck to get some cards from this. We have Goddess of Destruction. We have Goddess of Love. We've got Goddess of Power and Balance. Let me just check that these are in shot. Yep, you can see them all. I'm going to use some of these healing yourself cards as well. We've got letting go, entrapment, selling out, and dreams. And from the Animal Spirit Oracle, we have got Panther and Lamb. So there's a lot of contradictory energies from this person. I'm picking up self-sabotage really strong. And obviously we've got the goddess of destruction and the goddess of love, completely contrasting energies. And, you know, one really is about conflict and tumultuous change, and the other is just about unconditional love and awakening. But this person, I feel, swings between the two extremes, and this could be quite literally in terms of swinging from a karmic partner who's very dark, toxic, destructive into your arms, and you're, you know, very loving, supportive and nurturing. So it feels like there's a lot of polarity in not just this person's life and circumstances, but also in their feelings. Because on the one hand, it feels like, you know, they don't want to surrender to the feelings they do have for you. And let me start by saying they are very passionate. There is a lot of wands energy here, a lot of powerful chemistry, but this person doesn't want to acknowledge it. They have a very closed off heart space. And so this allows them to kind of just block out any uncomfortable feelings or truths that bubble up for them to acknowledge. They're not acknowledging the truth of how they feel about you. And they're not even acknowledging at this point that there's that sexual chemistry between you, because it feels like they've just cut it off completely. You're probably not in communication with this person. And as I said, I feel very strongly that this person more than likely has a karmic partner, and this is what's causing them to pull back as well. You know, they're refusing to acknowledge this truth. So I feel like this person's betrayed you and walked away, you know, and they kind of, I feel like you were heartbroken because they just treated you like an option. Now, in their moments of vulnerability and truth, which are fleeting and few and far between, but they happen when their emotions actually overflow and there's that little release sometimes, you are high on their agenda in terms of love, but they squash it back in really quick. This person gets bombarded with signs and synchronicities as well, and I feel like they're constantly running from that. They're very frustrated by it, and they don't trust in it either, even though they know that these coincidences are too powerful to just be, you know, just that, a coincidence. So it feels like this person may work with their karmic as well, or they may work with you, and that creates an added layer of stress or confusion. But this person has definitely run away. They have moved away. They have left you behind. Now, they think of you as being very powerful and very beautiful. This is certainly one of the admirable qualities, is that you have very strong alpha female energy. We have a lot of goddess energy out on the table here, and I really feel like you embody that energy. And the goddess of power is Lilith. You know, that's that divine power, that female strength and rebellion. So you could be their boss, you might be in a more senior role than them, you could be more mature than them. But either way, they're absolutely in awe of you. And how balanced you seem to be. You know, you have such a calm, balanced perspective, even in the face of their treatment of you. I feel like you've been really balanced, and you've let this person go. You know, I feel like they tried to trick you or trap you with this betrayal with their karmic. They may have told you they were leaving them, or perhaps they didn't tell you they had someone else at all. So, you know, there was a lot of hurt here and a lot of disappointment from you. And you said, I'm not selling myself this short and I'm out of here. And even though you know, I feel like you love this person very much, and I should add, you definitely cut them off and said, no, thank you. You know, I'm worth more than this. There's a lot of sevens coming out for you in this reading. And so, you know, I really feel like, and a lot of eights as well, but I really feel like there's a lot of letting go, moving forward, and also flowing with divine energy. I feel like you two are very strongly connected through your dream state. However, and this person I'm hearing is really sometimes quite disturbed by how many dreams he has about you. It's like there's a lot of shame. There's a lot of shame and regret surrounding how he treated you, and so he squashes it down and doesn't think about it, but his subconscious is reminding him of it when he sleeps. So yeah, this person was like almost, as I said, such polar energies here. We've got the predator and prey with panther and lamb, and I feel as well that this person just doesn't feel good enough. You know, they see themselves as this person possibly from the wrong end of the town, you know, rough around the edges, and you as just this beautiful, beautiful, gentle, fragile energy. Not fragile because they see you as powerful, but just very feminine and loving and kind that doesn't deserve, you know, someone like them. So there's definitely self-worth issues here. But this person's really hiding from their feelings. So, you know, if they're not coming forward, they're not demonstrating it, and it appears that they're completely cold and uninterested, understand that this is because even they cannot connect with their own feelings, let alone express them to you. You know, they're beneath many layers of non-awareness. So let's see what this person wants to happen between you. What are their intentions? What do they want to happen? So we've got 4 of Wands in reverse. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the 3 of Wands. We've got Judgment. We've got the Chariot. Another number 7 there. And we've got the 4 of Swords. So I really feel like, again, this person can't be with you right now. You know, that's not on their agenda. They are thinking that, you know, this is just not possible, and that they're going to have to face too much drama for that to happen. It's almost like facing the tower moment in order to make themselves available is just feels insurmountable. They don't want to be judged. So, you know, it could be that this karmic person there could be children or close family members that are going to judge them. You know, they're going to ruffle a lot of feathers. And frankly, they're too frightened to rock that boat at the moment. I feel like this person dreams of becoming independent, and, you know, they kind of are hoping that fate will intervene and maybe their partner will leave them and suddenly make them free. But in the interim, this person is very focused on their own financial prospects and their work. They're focused on, you know, this is where their power is. This is where they feel they have some control. It's in their material affairs. But they're kind of hoping for that thunderbolt that's going to change things for them, but they're not prepared to take action. So, you know, I feel like they're just waiting for their ship to come in, but it also feels like they haven't invested, and that wait may be in vain because they, you know, if it does come in, it's going to be a surprise ship. You know, this is the sort of person that dreams about winning the lottery but doesn't buy a ticket. You know, they know they want something better, but they're not prepared to take any action towards it. They rest on their laurels and they stay up in their head about it. They don't ever connect it with their heart space. And I don't see this person creating solutions to move forward. They're just focused on their kind of financial growth, their material growth. So what else do they want to say to you? 9 of Cups. The Hermit with so many 9s out as well. 5 of Pentacles. Justice. 7 of Wands in reverse, another 7, and the Devil. So this person first and foremost wants to apologise. They're very sorry for rejecting you, and you know there is a tremendous amount of shame surrounding that. You know, they feel terribly guilty. They know what they did was wrong. They know they left you out in the cold, and there is so much power of shame coming through, you know, for that specifically. But this person's also asking you to focus on you, because they see you as this person that has this capacity for enormous emotional resilience and strength and balance. And that, you know, they feel very satisfied that in some ways they feel like they've set you free. You know, rather than having to deal with someone like them, you're free to enjoy life, you're free to do what you need to do for you. And, you know, they're reminding you as well, their higher self is reminding you that this time is a gift. And that they really respect how your barriers are down despite how they've treated you, that you've never, you know, been cold or calculated or vengeful or mean to them. You know, there's so much love here, so much respect for you. They really do see you as this very balanced, so many cards here pertaining to balance and stability. And this is something they really respect about you, and they don't want to disrupt that. Yeah, they feel really happy that you are free to be you without being encumbered by this deceitful, distorted love that they've offered you, which even they know wasn't enough and that you deserve more. Okay? So, you know, they just want you to know that they are too scared to face their tower moment and incredibly indecisive about how to move forward, and this is what makes them run away. The Knight of Swords, I do often see as a card of action, but you know, he's got his back to us in this card. You can see he's running away. And it's that confusion and that doubt and that fear of not being good enough, that fear of not having enough, you know, that lack of willpower, courage and strength to go after what suits him. And this burden of responsibility to be where he is now. You know, he feels that pressure. It's a very heavy weight he carries. There could be a lot of family involved in this. You know, it could be cultural stuff, or perhaps he's from somewhere where divorce isn't a generally accepted thing, or it just seems like an impossible task to face. Either way. But, you know, this person isn't really in a passionate and fulfilling connection at the moment. It could be that they're there because of a child or babies, but they want you to know that, again, they want you to carry on focusing on illuminating your own talk. So much 9 energies here, the power of solitude. I feel like this person is in this stage of their journey where they have to start taking responsibility, and they see caring for their family or this other person as being responsible. They're not seeing that they first and foremost need to take responsibility for themselves and their own happiness, but they just don't want to hold you back. Above all else, they just want you to be okay and to enjoy, even if this makes them sad, you know. It feels like you need to know there's actually no one else. You may have seen this person as a player that had lots of other bits on the side, and this could have created some conflict between you in the past, but I'm not seeing that at all. They want you to know that, you know, what they have told you so far has been the truth. You know, that there's nothing else. There are no other skeletons in the closet. And with this Four of Cups energy, you know, this person definitely just feels like they cannot, you know, they cannot be focused on anything outside of their comfort zone right now, even though there's a beautiful opportunity in you to be self-fulfilled and happy. They're not in that place where they're making their own joy and fulfillment a priority, so they can't be focused on that. There's a lot of sorrow here. So the guidance for you is your life is a canvas, you're not alone, and Star Brothers. Now, you need to take creative accountability for yourself and your life. You've got to remember that thoughts equals creation, and what you expect, you get. So there's a need as well to embrace your artistic and creative side. Maybe take up some old hobbies you've had before and find your flow state in these kind of activities, and also use it as an opportunity to express yourself for healing purposes. You're not alone, and I know you feel isolated and that you need a physical connection, but he's always with you. Yeah, he's always with you in the 5D. He's always with you in heart and mind. We've got Star Brothers here as well. Protection, loyalty, safety and trust. You can trust in your spiritual journey is what I'm hearing. There's a lot of faith and a lot of self-doubt, that you're not always sure how to move forward with it, and you're not always sure if you can trust it. I feel like you second guess yourself and this journey quite a lot. So you just need to take this as a symbol of that faith that you need to incorporate into your being, and just trust. You know, you're a very strong person. It's what I'm picking up for you, Puffer. You're a very strong, resilient person. You know, your counterpart sees it, and you just need to embrace that truth as well and trust, because you are moving in the right direction. You are so powerful. You're a powerful creator. You can make happen what you need to make happen. The power is in your hands. So thank you so much. I'm sending you lots of love. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Okay. Let's see what time we're on. Good. Okay. Path 3, the Vagabond Wild Tower for you with Larimar. We're looking at how's your person thinking of feeling about you in this connection. And just to remind you, you can still book a private reading with me. There are some slots remaining for the last week of my availability. Thereafter, I won't be taking private bookings for a while. But you can currently book on my website, happysouls1111.com. When that availability is gone, it's gone. There's just a few slots left. The last week I'm working on private reads, which is mid-Feb. But you can still book a place on my retreat. That's happening in June. We're going to a beautiful luxury campsite near Stonehenge. We will be visiting Stonehenge. We've got a guided tour with a druid and a private viewing of it as well. And, you know, we'll be staying in luxury tents with real beds, wood-burning fires, Michelin star food, hot showers, all that jazz. And more importantly, we will be together. and we'll be doing healing and we'll be having fun, and I cannot wait to meet you guys. So you can check that out on my website as well. There's a video on there too, happysouls1111.com. Go and check it out. Okay, pile 4. How is your person thinking and feeling about you? We have got the 3 of Wands in reverse. We've got the 7 of Cups in reverse. And we've got the 4 of Wands in reverse. Sorry, the 5 of Wands. And the 4 of Swords in reverse. Wow. We've got the Hangman in reverse. A lot of blocked energies here. The 4 of Wands in reverse. The 6 of Swords. And the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, these are very intense energies, pile 4. I'm going to give you a trigger warning because I know some of you don't like the real readings. You just want the union readings and the happy ever after readings and oh my God, he loves you so much readings. But I'm not that reader. Sometimes I will tell you about it because that's what I see in the cards. But if I don't see that in the cards, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If that's your vibe of reading, you need to find someone else. We've got cycles, alchemy, inner child, and sexuality. From the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine Reunited deck. We have got God of Transformation, Communion, Physical Ailment, and Goddess of Power. And finally, from the Animal Spirit Oracle, we have got Vulture and Wolf. Okay, so this person that you're dealing with, pile 4, whether or not they're your counterpart is irrelevant. This person is not in a healthy state of mind. They are residing in very low vibrational energy, and as such, their treatment of you has been rough. Okay? It has been rough. This person has no intention of committing to you. I believe they're full of false promises. You know, they sweet talk you when they want to avoid conflict, and then they move away again. You know, they'll tell you they're letting go of all these negative behaviours and problems and circumstances that are supposedly keeping you apart, and then they disappear. And I feel like this person just doesn't take your connection seriously. You know, they don't even really truly see you as an option. I know that's a painful, hard truth to bring forward, but this person's really stuck in ego. They are not connected to their higher self, to their intuition. They are not connected to their heart. So, you know, this person, I feel, just wants to, they're an energy vampire. They just want to get from you what they need. It's all about getting their needs met. This person has deep inner child wounds that, you know, inhibits them from developing healthy, stable relationships. There's a tremendous amount of blocked energy here. Refusal to see, refusal to choose, refusal to just be real and to even think about it. You know, I feel like this person is impulsive to a point, and, you know, they just don't think or feel about you in the way that you need or want them to. And I know that hurts, but, you know, you've got to take your power back. I feel like this person's always got powerful excuses around their physicality as well. You know, they might say to you, I've not been well, I've been so poorly, but then, you know, they're not too poorly or unwell to do the things that they want to do. I feel like actually there's a dark side to this person. They may not be narcissistic, but this could potentially be learned narcissism. And for some of you, this is not going to relate for all of you, but for some of you, I'm picking up that this person dabbles in the darker aspects of spirituality and magic, and that's not healthy either. There's some kind of control thing here that is really unhealthy. Now, I know you want it to transform, and deep down in their heart space, they do too. You know, in the deepest, darkest recesses of their heart that they dare unlock, this person wants to be different. They want to love you. They want to just love in general, but they don't have that capacity at the moment. They feed off other people's energy with this vulture stuff. You know, there's something very predatory about them. Again, we've got the wolf here. You know, that's very fearful energy. You know, I'm getting that pack oriented. They're kind of always out with the boys perhaps, and just they're not engaged with their emotional self. And I feel like this cycle has been on repeat for a long time because they've not yet figured out how to break the cycle. as I said, a lot of inner child wounds here. So, you know, we've got this sexuality card, and that's how they express themselves. That's how they get that release and that kind of connection. And I feel this is what they come to you for. You know, that's how they enjoy intimacy, but it's surface level. Their heart doesn't open up to it. So I know this is really painful for you to hear. And as I said, I don't know if this person is your twin flame or not, or a soulmate or not, or a karmic or not, because it's very hard to confirm that from cards, especially when it's a general reading. Although I do offer twin flame connection checks, you can still book those with me if there are any slots left. But, you know, regardless whether this person is a divine twin, soulmate, whatever or not, they are not in that energy now. Okay, they are not connected to their divinity. They are not behaving with integrity, and they are certainly not treating you with respect. This person's trying to have their cake and eat it. They're making every excuse in the book. They're making promises and then renegading on them. They're just not being a good person. And again, I feel that these are learned behaviours. This isn't representative of the truth of who this person is, but that doesn't make it any easier for you or any more acceptable, to be frank. So let's have a look, see what they want to happen. I mean, I really feel like this person's just so deep in their own stuff. Yeah, we've got 10 of Cups in reverse. This has come up in reverse for nearly every pile at this point in the reading, by the way. It's really interesting. We've got 10 of Swords. We've got the Star in reverse. We've got the Wild in reverse. Got the High Priestess in reverse. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So guys, again, this isn't positive. You know, this person doesn't want it to be over with you because they like what they can get from you. As I said, they feed off this somehow. So they're never going to let it be truly over. That's something you've got to do. And they're in a lot of pain, and they haven't got that higher wise understanding of how to resolve that yet. And they just end up hurting other people. You know, this is a case of the abused become the abusers. And I don't think they even see it that way. They don't realise how much destruction they're perpetrating and how hurtful their behaviour is. But this person doesn't dream about a future with you because they are very cynical and very bitter and don't believe that's something that's meant for them. That's something that happens to other people. They're not this stable, grounded, nurturing provider, and they have no optimism with the Star here in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse. They don't even see that as a viable possibility for anybody, let alone with you. So this person has every intention of still stringing you along because they're in pain. So, you know, these are rough energies you're dealing with here. What else do they want you to know? Got 7 of Pentacles, the Empress, the Hermit in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, the 7 of Wands in reverse, and the 8 of Cups. So this one person wants you to know that they can't invest in you and they can't take action. You know, these are messages from their higher self, but they do recognise your divinity and how special and beautiful you are. But if they let their barriers down, they're just going to hurt you some more, is what I'm hearing. They know that they need to go on this inner journey with the Hermit card, and they're trying to move in that direction. But I feel like this person struggles. It struggles. It's like they keep... You know, this is a number 8. 8 of Cups is always going somewhere and coming back. But I feel like they literally go over the same cycle again and never ever get anywhere. So, you know, they want you to know that they would love to take action to invest in something real and committed with you. But they don't feel able to do that. This person has a lot of inner work to do. And they want you to focus on your own divinity and your own joy and happiness. You know, this Empress card is beautiful. That really does show that their higher self is acknowledging the divine connection between you. This person wants you to be empowered to turn this Ace of Cups upright, to develop that love for self, to learn to fill your own cup because they can't fill it for you and you can't fill theirs. You know, you've got to learn to give it to yourself, which is what's going to help you detach from this situation. So, you know, they're saying, you can't rely on me for that. I'm not in that energy. I'm in this player kind of dastardly cad behaviour, and you just need to learn to love you. And, you know, they're not going to be able to offer you any more than this frivolity and this fun and friends with benefits. You know, things are already out of balance between you, and their higher self is imploring you to make this journey your own, to bring things back into balance, you know, to resolve this cycle and take control back yourself. We've got the Justice card here, and we've got the Death card. For balance and harmony to be achieved, you have to allow this situation to transform, and you've got to take that decision, because they're not going to. They're always going to keep coming back in so long as you let them. It's you that's got to break this cycle. It's you that's got to create this transformation. And, you know, I feel like, again, the higher self is saying in the future it can work and they can change, you know, but they've got a long way to go, and they've got to trust in that forward journey, which they're not doing at the moment. But the divine plan is always guiding them there. You know, you can trust in that at the very least, and there will be a tower moment. You've got 2 number 7s there, the Chariot and the 7. This is divine intervention. You know, the universe will move them in the right direction, and it will also start to remove from their life and circumstances that which doesn't serve them, which is, you know, to allow them to gain higher perspective and allow them to move towards balance, harmony and joy themselves, to allow them to see the truth to be illuminated, to see the light with this Sun card here. But they're not there yet, you know, they're not yet there. And, you know, you're always going to be sharing this person if you hang around. You know, you need to step into your power and your own divinity, and you need to focus on looking at your own reflection rather than being so angry at them, because remember, how they treat you is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And this is very revealing. You know, to let someone treat you this way and to have such poor boundaries indicates that you're really not loving yourself. You know, that's why the Ace of Cups reverse has come up. That's where you need to be. So really harsh energies for you, Path 4. I'm really sorry, but we're going to get some guidance cards for you as well. You know, we've had some lovely advice from your person's higher self. We've got the Courageous Peony. We've got the Seas of Mintaka. We've got Cracked Open, and a 4th one's come out. I'm going to keep it, Child of the Cosmos. So I feel like you're at rock bottom at the moment. You're at rock bottom. And this card as well really stands out to me, even though it's not the meaning of the card. There's kind of still seas here and stormy seas here. Remember, when everything is still, you can see clearly. I know that you're in the eye of the storm. You're at rock bottom. You're feeling literally cracked open, broken in half. But this card encourages you to surrender to the flow of life and to let yourself be seen. You've got beautiful gifts as well, which you're refusing to acknowledge and nurture. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. You are a very spiritual being. You've got all of this beautiful love and light and divinity within you. You just need to connect with it. You need to start facing you and your own healing, and to finally start moving away from situations that haven't been supporting you in your growth, because right now you're stuck, and you've been stuck in this for a long time, and I know you don't like it. I know you're miserable and you're sick to the back teeth of it, but you keep telling yourself you're not strong enough to say no to this person. And when you tell yourself this, you reinforce that belief. You are strong enough. You are strong enough to be happy, self-sufficient and comfortable in your solitude. You've got that power and divinity in you. All the love you need is within you. So I'm sending you lots of love, Path 4. That was a really tough deck of cards for you. And guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.